So you want to make $10,000 a month as a virtual assistant. It's the dream, right? And it is possible, but probably not in the way you have been told. While most VAs are slugging it out for general admin jobs that barely make $15 an hour, a small select group is hitting the six-figure mark by specializing in one key area. The difference between them and everyone else is not about working more hours. It's about a complete change in strategy. And today I'm showing you exactly what that strategy is and which niche makes it all click into place. Okay, so stick around because I'm about to show you the number one niche that can realistically take your income into that top tier bracket. So let's get into this video. And time for some real talk. Let's be honest. Let's do some real talk for a second. Does this sound a little too familiar for you? You jumped into the virtual assistant world, dreaming of freedom and a healthy bank account, but now reality has set in for you. You're scrolling through Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer.com, and all those platforms out there, feeling like you have to constantly lower your rates just to compete with every virtual assistant who's out there. You're stuck doing the same low impact tasks over and over again. Data entry, managing an inbox, scheduling appointments. They're not bad tasks, but you're stuck doing only those tiny tasks. You're working hard, you're definitely busy, but you look at your bank account and you're like, it just doesn't match the effort. That six-figure dream feels like you will never reach it. That feeling of being overworked and underpaid is the number one reason most VAs burn out long before they even hit their real potential. But what if there was another way to play the game? Just what if there is a path you are just not a disposable task doer, but an indispensable strategic partner whose value is 10 times what you charge? Just what if? Before we get into it, you're probably thinking, who is she? And why should I even listen to her? Well, my journey started exactly where you might be right now. I was scouting that time for money, saying yes to any client who would have brought me on board, and I felt completely burnt out and stuck. I built my business from square one, and I figured out that the secret to a great income wasn't about working hard, it was about working smarter. I stopped trying to be a generalist and became a specialist. That one change is what allowed me to scale my own income, and since then, I have helped VAs learn how to do it too. I've seen the patterns that separate the VAs struggling to make $2,000 a month from those who are comfortably in the five-figure club. So what I'm sharing isn't just theory, it's real framework that actually gets results, and it's what worked for me and the VAs that I've helped. The old way versus the new way. The biggest mistakes I see VAs making is holding on to the old way of doing things. The generalist trap. It's the belief that to attract more clients, you need to offer a laundry list of services, email management, social media, data entry, scheduling, customer service, and more, all in one package. But the truth is, when you try to be everything to everyone, you end up being nothing to no one. Do you know that? So, business owners with big problems and big budgets aren't looking for a generalist. They want a specialist who solves specific, expensive problems. This brings us to the new way. That's the specialist solution. The new way is about positioning yourself not as an assistant, but as an expert who solves problems. Specializing is how you break free from the hourly rate and start pricing based on value. Okay. A general admin VA might bill around $10 an hour to manage an inbox, but a strategic executive partner, on the other hand, can charge $4,000 monthly retainer because they are not just managing tasks, they are creating leverage and implementing systems that save a CEO 20 hours a week, 15. You go from saying, I can do that for you to I can solve that for you. That's the difference. Okay. So, what's the right high value specialty? We know there are top paying niches to find the clearest path toward that 10,000 a month goal. But let's break down the big three are what we are going to talk about in this video. Contender number one, the social media marketing VA. The social media Marketing VA is super popular because every business knows they need social media. Specialists can charge anywhere from $1,000 to over $2,000 per month as monthly retainers per client. The challenge though, the social media world changes constantly. You have to be learning new algorithms and platforms 24/7, and there is a ton of pressure to deliver measurable return on investment. It's a strong niche, yes, but it can be high stress and the market is getting crowded. So you have to keep that in mind. Container number two, the e-commerce support VA. The e-commerce support VA, with online stores booming, there is definitely a high demand. Specialists help manage the back end of a Shopify or Amazon store. The upside is your work can be tied to sales. The challenge, it's often highly technical. To be a true expert, you need to understand conversion rate optimization, email marketing software, and sometimes even light coding. I'm talking coding, but light coding. The demand is there, but the learning curve can be just as steep, and you are competing with specialists from all over the world. So, contender number three, our third contender is the executive assistant. Now, I'm not talking about just booking appointments. No, I'm talking about operating as a strategic partner or a virtual chief of staff. In this role, you become the right hand to a busy executive or founder, managing their projects, streamlining their operations, and protecting their time. It's an indispensable role that demands immense trust. The upside is unparalleled access and impact. Okay. Your income isn't tied to 1,000 tiny tasks, but to the value you create for one key decision maker. So, we have looked at the social media marketing VA, the e commerce support VA, and the executive assistant. All are very, very solid options. But when we look at scalability, demand, and sheer impact, one niche pulls away ahead, just ahead. The number one niche is the strategic executive assistant. Why is this the winner though? Because you are directly creating the most valuable resource in any business, the founder's time and focus. When you streamline a messy project into an efficient system, that's a win. When you take over internal communication so the CEO can focus on growth, you have literally bought them back their most productive hours. You stop being an expense and become a force multiplier. A strategic EA helps manage the entire back end of the business, managing projects, owning internal operations, preparing for key meetings, anticipating problems before they even happen. So, this is how you get to the $10,000 a month mark. You don't charge by the hour, you charge a monthly retainer for operations and executive partnership. Because a growing startup could easily pay up to $4,000 or more for a partner who can give the CEO 15 hours of that week back. If you become a true expert and land just two clients for yourself at $5,000 a month, that's $10,000 every single month. That's not a fantasy rate because your value is undeniable. If a CEO's time is worth $500 an hour and you save them 15 hours a month, that's an extra $7,500 in value for them. Your $5,000 fee suddenly looks like a bargain. So, here's a simple plan to get you started. Just something simple, just three steps. Step one, get educated. You need to master the tools of leverage. Focus on project management software like Asana, Monday, or ClickUp. Become an expert in communication and proactive thinking. You can also read books like Rocket Fuel to learn how successful businesses operate and how you can fit in as an operational partner. But you don't have to read books though. Step number two, build your portfolio. No one will hire you without a portfolio. So make your own, create case studies of how you organized a complex personal project, volunteer to streamline operations for a friend's small business or a local nonprofit. In exchange, definitely, in exchange for a powerful testimonial about the time you saved them and the chaos you organized. Okay. So, step number three, finding your first clients. Oh, this step. Ditch the general job boards. Go hang out where founders and executives live. Master LinkedIn. Search for founder and CEO at companies or in an industry you find interesting. Send a direct message not offering to be an assistant, but offering a free 15-minute leverage audit to identify their biggest time wasting bottlenecks. So, honestly, look, look, this path takes work, but it's a clear process. To make this real, I want you to take one simple action for yourself. Go in the comment section and tell me one thing you are going to do this week to start acting like a strategic partner, not just a task doer. Because declaring your intention is the first step to making it happen. I'll be in the comments reading and replying to as many as I can. I'll hang out there for some time, okay? So the dream of earning $10,000 a month from home is more possible than ever. It's very, very possible if you have the right strategy. That is when your strategy is in the right place. So stop being a generalist stuck in a race to the bottom. Stop trading your time for pocket change. The key is to change from being a task doer to a problem solver by focusing on a very high value niche like the strategic executive assistant or the ones that I've mentioned above. Your success becomes tied to the success of the leaders you support. You go from being an expense to an investment in that growth. That's how you build a VA business that's not just profitable, but resilient. You've got the roadmap and it's time to take the first step. If this video was helpful, hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. I drop new videos every week to help build your VA business. And now go post that comment and get to work. Bye.